In the last video, we talked about how empathy begins with awareness, with noticing that someone else is having an experience. But noticing is only the beginning. As children grow, empathy starts to deepen, not because they suddenly know what to do, but because they begin trying to make sense of what they notice. That's what we're focusing on in this video. So at this point, empathy is not about responding, it's about understanding. So for young children, that understanding is still developing and often incomplete, but it matters. When children begin to understand feelings, it doesn't sound polished or accurate. Sometimes it sounds like he's sad or she's mad or they're crying. These statements don't tell the whole story, and they're not supposed to. They show that a child is beginning to connect what they notice with what it might mean. And that is empathy growing. Understanding feelings is challenging for young children because emotions change quickly. More than one feeling can exist at once, and children often rely on limited language, and their own feelings are still very loud. So children may misunderstand why someone is upset. They may oversimplify emotions, or they may project their own feelings onto others. So this isn't a problem, it's part of the process. Understanding feelings does not mean agreeing with the behavior or excusing the actions or fixing the situation. It's about recognizing that feelings are real even when they're confusing. So adults often feel the urge to correct children's interpretations, but empathy grows best when adults expand a child's thinking. That can sound like, you noticed he's upset. Something about that felt hard for her, or you're wondering why they felt that way, or why they feel that way. This kind of language keeps the focus on understanding without needing a response. Even when children get it wrong, they're still practicing empathies. They're learning to think about someone else's experience. They're learning to consider feelings beyond their own. Those attempts are more important than getting it right. So adults often feel pressure to move children quickly from understanding to doing. But when we rush past this stage, we miss an important foundation. Empathy needs space to develop inside before it shows up outside. Understanding comes before the response. Once children begin noticing and making sense of feelings, adults play an important role, not by telling children what to do or what to say, but by knowing when to step back and allow empathy to play out without pressure. That's what we'll talk about in the next video. Empathy doesn't grow through perfect interpretation. It grows through curiosity, observation, and time. When children are allowed to explore understanding, even if it's imperfect, empathy has room to grow roots that will last a really long time. Also, empathy doesn't need to be taught all at once. These 3 mini lessons are designed to help children notice and understand feelings without being rushed to respond. And you can access them in the description. So that's it for this one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.